Hi there. All right, it is 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, 23rd of February 2025 from Chooka, Queensland, Australia. Something really interesting. And Chooka sent me an email more than 2 months ago, the 15th of January it was, and I remember reading it then and thinking, marvellous. However, with everything, it's timing. He drew my attention to that particular email just a couple of days ago. And so I did the deep dive, and yeah, something remarkable again. All right, so I'm going to cover that. I'll put links in the description box so you can read all about it yourself. But and then we'll talk a little more about frequency, because Haley asked about the frequency of Yah's speaking voice and my own. So that's been an interesting exercise as well. So I'm going to find Chooka's email. We'll read that. Here it is. You can see there, the 15th of the 1st, 25 at 11:45 a.m. We had been emailing backwards and forwards about measuring from the cross to LA and all kinds of things that were going on at the time. And that's when he brought up the subject in the second paragraph there, the Georgia ancient stone text, Georgia as in the country, part of the Indo-European continent. Late in the fall of 2021, some locals fishing at Georgia's Bashflemi Lake, I want to call it Blasphemy Lake, in the municipality of the Manisi, came across a piece of small stone tablet inscribed with mysterious symbols, roughly the size of an iPad. The basalt tablet features different characters, inscriptions written from left to right across 7 lines. Each carved symbol began as a series of holes made with cone-shaped tool, and then he puts in a picture. But Chooka writes that I worked out that it was in Byblos and late Greek. Now I want to say right here, Chooka, that having done the deep dive, all of the Semitic languages comes from Phoenician. And doing the deep dive, so it's older than Byblos, which is a country, it's a city in Lebanon. And all of the languages were pretty much related, but this particular stone tablet that you've brought to my attention shares in common maximum 18 symbols with either Phoenician or there's less than that in Greek, etc. So yes, common throughout all of the area, but this seems to be older than everything else. So I'll put the paper, because I studied the paper on this finding, and it compares tables of all the known Semitic languages at the time and what was common with this particular stone tablet. But so Chooka used Byblos. You can do the deep dive into that as well, with charts and all kinds of things, but using the ancient symbol to letter to number on stone. So he's broken down the 7 lines there with the letters E-L, ... little t, etc. Having explained, it looks, going back to the explanation, it looks something like this, except there's a part of it I haven't worked out yet. And it's the bunch of symbols in the question mark bracket on the far right side on the 3rd line down. The small t symbol rotates around in between and doesn't represent a number, but have meaning. All right, so this is Chooka's work, what he has deduced that it means. And all of those letters there, he is translating from Byblos into our English language. So the 7 lines. And now, going down further, he has changed the letters into numbers according to simple gematria. to give you a look at what this is all about, this is a photograph illuminated of the stone tablet in question that was found. So, looking purely now at the numbers that Chooka has revealed, 5 and 12, 17, and from the Concordance numbers is to do good, the people that do good. And then adding each of those numbers, you've got 8 plus 14, 20 plus 21 plus 14 plus 4, and then 3 12s, 12 plus 12 plus 2. Adding them all adds to 97, which in the Greek Concordance is pure. Now, the next line, adding all of those numbers, 16 plus 14 plus 17, 12 plus 14 plus 3 plus 15 adds to 91. Now, Chooka left it blank because I don't think he liked what it said. It means to hurt, do wrong, be unjust. However, it's really significant given that there's been a theme going on, and we'll get to the theme. And the last mention of Greek 91 is in the last chapter of the Bible in the Revelation 22, verse 11. And the word is to be unjust or to hurt, etc. But here it is, he that is unjust, 91, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So Chooka, and it doesn't really mean anything in Hebrew. The next line, the 4 plus 9 plus 6, the 14, 14, 19, 6 and 17 adds to 80, which in Greek is a brother or a male figure. Yeah, brethren, 226 times. And the next line down adds to 38, so you've got 18 plus 3, plus 3, plus 6, plus 3, plus 5, adds to 38, which is holiness, or participation from God. The next line is just the letter A, 1, value, which is alpha, that is Yahweh, and the last line, 2 letters, H and N, adding to 22 with the big swirl. That's the swirl there in the middle with a dot. Looks like a galaxy to me, but anyway. It adds to 22, 8 plus 14, which is unmarried. And so Chooka writes Asherah with the prepared wedding garment. You'll all remember this one. The wedding garment I was working on last year. Now, when I reread this week, there's been a theme amongst the group, the Calvary Community Group, 10 of us. We were the ones that participated in the Revelation Hill ceremony on June the 17th, 2023. And it's been this group that Yah has been using the information flow to come through all of us and given for me to connect the dots, if you like. So it's been not only a source of encouragement, keeps my brain active, but it's been training for the others. And Yah has used it all of this time. And of course he's used Chooka as well, and all of you who have written in with what's been occurring in your own lives. And I'll go over to another dream that came in a little bit more than a week ago. But everything is revolving around the theme of weddings. So when Chooka added all of these numbers together, they total 346 in Greek, which means to sum up, to bring together, to unite. Chooka writes, causing all the parts to work together in harmony. Of course, in Hebrew is 346 is where. I keep saying to Yah, where are you? It is often used in context of searching or questioning the whereabouts of a person, that's Yahweh, or object or location. Such questions often lead to revelations about God's presence. So, Chooka wrote at that time, sometimes I think that even if it's not the exact or correct measurements, it's the journey of finding and coming to that conclusion, getting that odd result, maybe what is needed to be seen first in order for it to either be a miracle, a mistake, or a technological glitch. It is fun, nonetheless, to see what comes of it. The message on the tablet is leading to and describes your wedding invitation or wedding event, involving every line to describe the participation of each individual, all the parts. And so he is absolutely right. Now, looking at where this was found on Google Earth, here you can, and I still want, I'll just call it Blasphemy Lake in Georgia. You can see the distance that it is. It's right beside Armenia. And of course, this is Russia above it, because Georgia used to be part of Russia until it was all broken apart, the Soviet Union, that is. Down into Turkey, and then Syria, and all the way down to Beirut, Lebanon, which is where Byblos is. Byblos is it's on the coast, here it is, of Lebanon. Now, at this time of when this text could have been written, that they're saying the late Iron Age, so thousands of years ago, the only way to get around was pretty much walking. Walking, unless you were going by ships, which, let me see, no, you'd have to go all the way around there. So walking, so it makes me think, Chooka, that less likely to be Byblos, and the writers of the paper, and it really doesn't matter because these are the conclusions that you came to, which are awesome and falls in line with all that we've been focusing on. Here's the PDF of the findings, the conclusions about this tablet of stone. Now, I'll finish because it is remarkable. You'll understand in a minute. Let's go through. There it is there. And the location within Georgia, being Lake Blasphemy is just around here. And yes, in this area, Dmanisi, this area here. This is what the lake itself looks like, the shoreline. Aerial photos of Blasphemy Lake shore. And they've proved absolutely that the stone is that basalt that is the stone in all of the area. They call it a specific kind of basalt. And here you'll notice this is a seal. It's Shiraki, Southeast Georgia seals, found in the they've dated it from 13 to 11 BC. Now, I would imagine that's centuries BC, 13 to 11th century BC. And here is a plot or a plan of all of the symbols on the tablet, and then they have them numbered. There's actually 60 individual symbols. 39 of them are unique. And here is so you've got the blasphemy inscription. There's 39, but it's got here 41 symbols are unique. So this is 100% compared to all of the other Semitic languages, Aramaic, Hebrew, Phoenician. It shares 16 in common with Phoenician, 18 in common with Proto-Georgian, which makes sense, that's the area. Yes, so, and here are the Semitic and Greek scripts, beginning with the blasphemy plate, and then Phoenician, and its meaning. So I went through and added all of these up too. That was fairly interesting, but you can play around with this because I'll put the link so you can download it yourself. And yes, here is that. Again, I thought it looks like the galaxy, but it is in fact a seal, which makes sense. All right, so that's now the kicker. Let's get back to the point of all of this. Here we go, I've highlighted the technical characteristics of the tablet. They have measured it to be 24.1 centimetres by 20.1 centimetres. So my first instinct was to find out, okay, what is the area of it? Well, I have it here on the calculator. There it is. I'll just have a moment of silence before I come in with the great big hello. So the area of this tablet is 484.41 square centimetres. And that, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, just happens to be the height of the Great Pyramid at Giza, which is the altar to the Lord mentioned in Isaiah, chapter 19, verses 19 and 20. It's the height of the Great Pyramid, the altar to the Lord, with the capstone in place. And we all know who the capstone is. That is Yahweh. 484.41 feet high. Now, you remember Yah's address at Nell Street on the 31680 kilometre latitude around the globe. The home at 150 Nell Street, Greensboro, Victoria, measured to the South Pole, 5813 pyramid inches. I'll say that again. It measured 5813 kilometres. 5813 is the height of the pyramid in inches with the capstone in place. 5813. So to prove this, I'm going to multiply, because this is it in feet, by 12 equals. What am I doing? Okay, let's start again. We want the result. 484.41 was our result. Multiplied by 12 equals. Now, that's 5813.92 inches. 0.08 off 5813. Let's do it this way. We know 5813 is the height with the capstone in place of the Great Pyramid, divided by 12 equals. There we go. This is what we were just looking at. 484.41 is what we were looking at, but because there's that 0.08 of an inch, it's 6666666. Hello. So Chooka, you did it. You were working on one angle. I come in and look at it this way and do a deep dive and all the rest of it. And it turns out to be marvellous. as usual. So I'll make another recording about the Hertz frequency findings for Halley, because this stands alone. And I seriously had to laugh. Let's go through this. We've got all of the references, the studies, there's the stone itself, the maps. It's fascinating. It doesn't take long to read through the entire study, and it's well worth it. And then go into the languages, the ancient Semitic languages of the region. It's all in Wiki. I'll take you over there. Here we go, the blasphemy lect. It's only, all the letters are there, you just have to put the L beside the B and move the H beside the P, and you've got blasphemy. So, here, Proto-Kartvelian script, this is what it's all about. That entire area, they were Kartvelian language, so Proto means even before, so it's more ancient than the Kartvelian, which means Georgian languages that are ancient. So it is fascinating. You can do your own deep dive into this. And Chooka, thank you, son. You did well.